Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And right off the bat, Mills looking to throw it. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Mills. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. A 1st down throw for Mills. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. The numbers for Cooks in that game last week: 5 catches, 64 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Mills again. This ball caught by Mechie. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 37 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run here with Pierce. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Mills. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Howard. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The Charger offense makes its way out for the first time in this ball game, and leading the way, already a star in just his 3rd season, it's Justin Herbert. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. Herbert now. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And give him a gain of 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. The Chargers at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right? In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Herbert throwing again. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message. Transmitted in the huddle. cover there, as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Here's Herbert. Touchdown! Gerald Everett, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a 1st quarter lead.
We're still in the 1st quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him, because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
They'll try and throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it out past the 35. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mills. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I would say just add that one to the total big plays he's already made here in the 1st month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far. And
touchdown, Texans. John Mechie with his 1st career NFL touchdown. And the Texans have regained the lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jonathan Greener running in to pick up the sack. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the 1st quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you know, you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose a down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Jared Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. On 1st and 10, Mills. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they'll be stopped at the 28. On a play that started at the 14, they pick up 14. First and 10, it's Pierce. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Mills from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's caught right side by Palmer. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. 3rd and long, it's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To the air again, Herbert on the move to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for L.A. 46 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now it's Herbert. Got a man. It's complete. It's Palmer. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Again, Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And he will get into the end zone as they will indeed claim a 1-point lead. And I guess guess that makes up for the earlier missed two-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot, and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out comes Houston. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On second down, here's Pierce. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Mills on first down. That escapes the sack. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Mills swings this out for Hunt. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. DeAndre Carter back deep. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So here are the Chargers to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
and they just did not get the snap away in time. So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams, and it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall. Two fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, Mills. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Gerald Everett on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at the 40. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Five yards remain on 2nd down. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And they'll try to throw here. Mills. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now Mills on the bootleg. Right side completes to Mechie. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. From the shotgun, it's Mills. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. A give left side for Pierce. Here to the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. This the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. Throwing, Mills. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll move him back within 6 now. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. From his own end zone, Herbert. Williams brings it in. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert rolling to his left. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So not only do they get the completion and the conversion there on 3rd down, but tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Yeah, they had the first down anyway, had that in their hip pocket, but now with that penalty yardage, that turns out to be a pretty big play.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Give them 32 on the play.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And the Chargers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Herbert now. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down. 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Man open left side, it's Williams. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
They snap it to Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Houston offense running back out, and we'll get another look at John Mechie. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A 1st down throw for Mills. And he'll just get rid of it. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mills. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Mills. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter as this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half. Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Herbert off of play action. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Eckler now between the tackles. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have.
They've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here we go on 4th. Herbert, that's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This is Hunt on the draw play. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Mills. Out to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Mills to throw it. He's got Smith here. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Davis Mills keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Huh, interesting. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down. Play action. It's Herbert. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Justin Herbert looking to pass, eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On second and very short, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a first and goal. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the Texans will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now,
he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. It's Eckler again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. 1st and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at the 20. They'll get things started with a carry by Pierce. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. Here comes Carter. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Check.